guest is Hynetta Lenore Forbes, commonly known as Karen. She was born in Nassau, Bahamas and grew up in South Caicos. She is a dynamic entrepreneur, devoted mother, passionate social media activist, and proud grandmother. She received her education in the Turks and Caicos Island, graduating with a second-class diploma and achieving excellence with 5 CXC exam passes. Among her accomplishments, Karen has served as a secretary, receptionist, office manager, general manager, accounts assistant, and legal secretary. With an entrepreneurial spirit that has thrived for over 3 decades, Karen has taken charge of her own destiny, establishing successful businesses along the way. She has used her social media platform and the #1 Facebook group in Turks to drive positive change and inspire others. While Karen has ventured into diverse industries, her passion lies in making a meaningful impact in people's lives. As she produces high-quality items like medicated soap, candles, and hand sanitizers, throughout her products, she aims to make a difference by providing essential goods that promote personal well-being. As a social media activist, she is dedicated to raising awareness on pressing social issues, inspiring positive change, and fostering meaningful connections within her community. Her digital presence promotes unity, empowerment, and no discrimination. Let's welcome Hynetta Lenore Forbes to Pathways to Success.
Welcome to Pathway to Success. I'm your host with my co-host. There's a delay. I'm kidding. Charlotte Marshall. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Hunter, with my co-host, Charlotte Marshall. And we have the very inspirational Hynetta Karen Forbes from the beautiful island of South Caicos from Providentiality. Karen, welcome to Pathway to Success.
Thank you so much. I'm so busy sharing the live, but thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Great having you on Pathway to Success. There's a 10 seconds. Continue to share. There's a 10-second delay when you speak to us. So if persons that are watching the show hear that break, it's a 10-second delay. But your journey, tell us about your journey from South Caicos to Providentiality. It seems to have been very transformative. Can you share some key experiences or challenges you have faced during this transition and how they shape your outlook on life?
For me, I will say my transformation here to Providenciales, it was not as hard that I thought it would be. And I say that because I came from very humble beginnings. South Caicos was a place where not only your parents raised you, but you had the village, the church. So the people, they help and raise us. So we were taught how to be our brother's keeper. We were taught how to share. We were taught how to be bold and speak out about issues that we don't like. And these things, they follow me as I grew up and I moved to Providenciales. So when I moved here, I just implemented what I've learned from when I was a child. So the transformation was very, very easy for me.
One of the questions I really wanted to ask you, where do you move from to Providential Islands?
South Caicos.
Oh, South Caicos.
From South Caicos. South Caicos is my hometown. I grew up in South Caicos. Yes. So I grew up in South Caicos, and South Caicos is a small town because you could walk. Yeah, you could walk to church, walk to the store, different from Providenciales where you need a ride to get to the store, get to church. But it was the only problem I would say is transportation. But as for the way of life and how to handle situations, it was quite easy for me.
Okay, so that means your childhood days were very much. What was that like?
Back when in South Caicos, even though we didn't had a lot, the little that we had, we appreciated. So lunch would be coulis and bread. Or some, even 25 cents used to be lunch. And church, you would have to go to church at least 4 times for the week, whether you want to or not. So yeah, so South Caicos, it was like, everybody was like a family in South Caicos. We live as one. It's different from Providenciales. We live as one in South, and everybody knew everybody in South Caicos. So you couldn't go down the road and misbehave, because before you reach, by the time you reach home, your parent already know. And they did one thing they believed in: if you spare the rod, you spoil the child. So that's how it was in South Caicos.
And I was reviewing your bio. I saw that you were from an entrepreneur to media social activist, with such a range of professional roles, from secretary to legal secretary. What inspired you to pursue such a various career path?
The reason I did that, my daughter was going to high school. She's 14 now, and I was working on a key. They call it Parrot Key. I was working on a key, and I made up my mind. I said, I'm going to take a leap of faith, because I believe faith without works is dead. So I take a leap of faith and I say, I have to be there for my daughter. I say, because after 5 years of high school, she's an adult. So I cannot miss out on her life. I want to be there to carry her to school, pick her up, help her with her homework. And I take that leap of faith, and then I begin to promote my business. I start off with the immigration consultancy, then I start off with the construction and so forth. And my motto was, if I don't make it from one, I'll make it from the other. So that was my reason for spreading my wings.
And you mentioned construction.
This year,
that's my question.
Even the construction, and and I spread my wings, because I was like, I vowed that I will never work for someone again. I made a vow. I said, if I could put all of this effort into working for someone and their business could prosper, I could do it for myself. Mm-hmm.
And with construction, what is it that you do with construction?
Construction, I do like this, like small stuff, like repairing doors or small repairs or cleaning. But my knowledge from construction really came from my father. They call him Shark Iron, but he was one of Turks and Caicos' #1 carpenter. He not only built houses, apartments, he was a boat builder. So even in South Caicos, where we had the regatta in May, he played a great part in building boats and, speed boats, the small boats. So he was a builder with boats, carpentry. He's still alive today, but that's where I got my knowledge and experience in carpentry from, because I was the child, more like a tomboy, more to say. So everything that is going on, I want to know how it's done. Sorry. So if he's nailing a nail and he have to bend down and nail that nail, I'm bending down to see how he's going to nail the nail. If he stand up and nail, I standing up too to look to see how he's going to nail. That's the type of child I was. I was inquisitive, and that's how I fell in love with carpentry.
Oh, that's
nice.
Good. Mm. And you're saying that you can do it yourself. You can do the same thing that your father have done. What you're saying to us is that
not build a house, not.
I have to ask, because I have to ask that question because I wanted to know, because I'm not good at carpentry, so.
No, not build a house, but I could do small. Mind you, I could read a plan. I could read the plumbing, the electrical, the footings. I could read a plan, because I work in planning also. So I know how to read a plan, and I could guide you build. I've never done it, but I could stand up and say, okay, this footing is wrong, and you need to do the footing like this, and then laying the blocks and the steel work. I have knowledge of all of that.
That's That's
my
great.
father.
The best part.
Best part, a woman that has knowledge of those things will not be
Yes.
taken advantage of,
There you go.
you know.
Yes.
But your commitment to continuous learning is
Mhm.
evident from various training programs and certificates you have acquired. How do you believe these qualifications have contributed to your success as a professional?
I would have to say it it contributed tremendously, but because of my dedication and my commitment to whatever I have to do, that was my major role in becoming successful. So it's not just the knowledge, it's because I have committed myself to it. Because if I've made up my mind that I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go all the way out. And I wouldn't stop until it's completed. That's the type of person I am.
And establishing businesses in different industries like construction, immigration consulting, and manufacturing requires a significant amount of determination and skill. I know you were saying that you didn't want to go back to anyone else's job and build them. Do you have any other reasons what motivated you to venture into these different sectors outside of that reason?
I would say the different categories that I choose as entrepreneurship or say businesses is each of those categories is a part of assisting someone, putting a smile on someone's face. Because I am so passionate about helping people, I will go to the extent, so in the light. So my passion in helping people, I think that's what drives me to even branch out. Even though I said I vow I wouldn't work for no one else, but I also, because of my passion for helping people, and in each of those categories, whether it's construction, immigration, manufacturing, I even have a gift shop. It is just seeing the smiles on people's face when they achieve what they want or put forward to be done.
Wow.
Now, she's so multi-talented,
Yeah.
so creative, and you have the mind of an entrepreneur.
Gifted hands, gifted hands.
You have established businesses in industries like construction, immigration consulting, especially immigration consulting. If I know anybody here who needs to get into your island, and we can reach out to you to get
Yes,
some work.
yes,
Do
I can get the job done.
you get a job? So with your immigration
Yes, I
consulting,
do.
you do work permits. You get all of those things. You can assist the
Yes,
person with those things in the
yes,
island. Okay,
yes.
because
Work permits,
uh-huh.
visas, even the locals if they don't have the time to go and apply for their passports or a birth certificate or anything, because my company in dealing with immigration consultancy is called All Services, and I give it that name because when I say all services, I mean everything, every department. Even if they want a police record or they want to register at in the insurance company, even if they want to license their vehicles, I will provide that service. So that's one of the reasons why I said all services. So it's not just only immigration, it's just dealing with all government departments.
What about marriages for her? Because
One.
I assist with that.
Me?
I assist with that too.
you assist with
That
that
means-
too.
I assist with that.
Do that.
Yes,
What about I heard you
I
mention
assist with that as well.
I'm ready. But I also heard you mention that you're a part of the zoning. Is it the zoning department there as well? You mentioned zoning.
Zoning.
Did you mention
No.
zoning?
You mean
No,
like
yeah. Building and zoning?
no.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Now
Mhm.
listen. This immigration consulting can be a complex and challenging area. How do you navigate the intricacies of government services to assist your clients effectively?
How I navigate my services, the first thing I do, I learn the ordinance. So if it's dealing with immigration, I will read and study the ordinance. I will study how or learn how the system works. I learn how because sometimes the system services don't work properly, but I learn how the system works. I learn the ordinance. I familiarize myself with the management team, and by learning these things, I'm able to more delegate, or I'll say more able to tell my clients more, because okay, let me give you an example. If you call me, because I know the ordinance so good, if you call me and you say, Karen, I want to do a work permit, what do I need to do a work permit? I don't have to go to no notes or any book to tell you what you need. I could just go right on the phone and say, you need 2 pictures, your passport copy, your medical, your police record, like that. So I study everything I deals with. I study the ordinance, the laws, the do's and the don'ts. And then I better able to relate to my client, and they will understand how the policy works. So the basic. Pardon?
Yeah, go ahead. You were saying something before you were.
Yeah, so I was saying the number one thing that I do is if I study the ordinance. So whatever ordinance it is, I will study it. If it's labor ordinance, I study labor ordinance. If it's planning department, I study their ordinance, because every department has their own ordinance.
Say for instance, if somebody
once I'm aware of I didn't hear you.
I don't want to cut it, but if someone desired to become a resident of the island of the Turks Island, what are the procedures that is required for that, or the documentations?
For example, if you want to become a resident, you yourself, you would first have to invest at least $500,000 in a home here. And that's one way, because they have other ways. You have other people, you could get a residence permit based on if you're married to a Turks and Caicos Islander. You could get a residence permit in that way as well. But like, say, for example, if you decide to just want to move here to live, you will have to at least invest $500,000 in a home, and you qualified.
Oh, that's great. That's $500,000. $500,000. Wow. I mean, not even 100,000. It's a nice quarter. $500,000. Wow. Whoa. That's something. $1 million. Shortly after.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We don't have to do that in America, but it's amazing.
We don't have to do that. But it's amazing what it's called accountability. It puts you more to accountability there, it seems.
But let's look at it. She's from a beautiful island, but yes. America is a nation that governs the world.
Right.
Everyone wants to come to America, but our nation doesn't have that. $500,000.
Well, if I had to pay $500,000, I'm definitely going to be accountable to the husband I marry.
What about the wife paying $500,000 on the other side?
No, but if you marry, if you are married,
you have 2 options.
Oh, she said
500, or you married to a Turkish.
Oh,
yes, that's the other option, right?
But listen, if you are married, you only have to pay $1,650.
That's the other option.
Would the man
have to be to a Turks and Caicos Islander?
Only 1,000. That is durable. At least that one is durable. You know. Well, we're having a great time with Ayanna Forbes Karen Forbes
yes.
from the beautiful island of Turks and Caicos. We're going to take a short break on Pathway to Success.
I want to give a shout out to can I give a shout out to my peeps who are watching me? The live have over 2,000 views.
Oh, yes. Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
Can I give a shout out to my people?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I just want to give a shout out to all of you guys who are live. Mwah, mwah. Love you guys for the support. I thank you for the support. Over 2,000 views. Mwah. Love y'all. Yes.
and you know, also to those who got their immigration card to her, we want to give a shout out to them also. Over 2,000 views. We want to take a short break. We're having fun right here on Pathway to Success. And then we'll be right back.
Did you pick out this detergent all by yourself? So cute.
It's half the size and it's half the plastic. And there's nothing cute about unnecessary plastic. Christy, the average person generates over 200 pounds of plastic a year. And there are 329 million of us in the US alone.
Do you want paper or paper? Yeah.
7th generation Easy Dose laundry detergent. Half the size, half the plastic, all the clean.
So where were we?
The playoff.
Oh, yes. Only a handful of teams remained, hailing from kingdoms far and wide across the college football land, all vying for a spot in the playoffs. Each team led by a great coach, fearless players, and defended by the loyalist of fans. Soon, they would take part in an epic playoff battle for the right to call themselves national champions. And to the victor go the spoils, a beautiful trophy, a grand celebration, and bragging rights that stand the test of time.
And then what happened?
We'll find out soon.
Ready?
All clear. Come on out.
This ship is now under the command of the First Order.
Live your Star Wars story in a new 2-night adventure.
You know what I've come for.
Only at Walt Disney World Resort.
Welcome back to Pathway to Success. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Hunter, with my co-host, Charlotte Marshall on. And we have, oh my word, Miss Inetta Karen Forbes from the beautiful island of Turks. I almost fell off my chair when I heard about $500,000 to but anyway, she held me on straight, so I didn't get the call off.
You could do a work permit as well, you know, if you want to just reside.
You can, if you want to do this reside, that's free.
If you're married.
Oh, if you're married. Oh, well, I understand.
It has to be to a Turks and Caicos Islander for $1,650, and you have an option of a work permit. And if you don't want either of those, you could just buy a home and reside here.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
That
So
that
there's
that,
other
that that's
options. No, no, you don't have to bring your $500,000. You don't have to
there.
bring your $500,000 here. You
But that home that I buy, well, the homes are built more solidly in the Caribbean than here, so it would have to have a bunker also on the ground. But but
Right.
she's amazing entrepreneur. You're so
Yes.
gifted, so talented
Yes.
because your manufacturing business produces items like medicated soap. It should be interesting how
Yes.
you maybe could tell us how you make medicated soap, candles, and hand sanitizers, right?
Yes.
What inspired you to create these particular products, and how do
Yes.
you ensure their quality and effectiveness?
Yeah, in 2019, I met someone, and I believe he's on the live as well. And he went to school to make soap. And there I go again with my nosy self. I watch him making soap, and I love the combination of the oils and the lye. And I started watching him, and I learned just by watching him. And then he showed me the use of a soap calculator. And that was in 2019. And we began to work together and begin to make soap, and I learned from this. And while we were making the soap, we had these soap in at least 15 local stores, and we had repeated guests. So that's how, and my face speaks for itself because I'm still
Oh,
using my own
Beautiful.
soap.
oh, beautiful. Huh?
So
Very beautiful. I love her skin.
I love
was
it.
looking at it. I wanted to know
yes, only some face powder. Pardon? All I have on is some face powder. Only some face powder. This
Wow.
natural
That's
beauty. This is
natural.
natural
That's
beauty.
natural beauty right
Natural
there.
beauty. That's what I
Natural
love.
beauty. I love that.
I love that.
Yes.
What is
Yes.
the
So
medicated
I
soap?
watch him make the soap. Okay, so when we were making the soap, you had clients who were interested in tomato soap, neem soap, meringue soap. So if you say, okay, like I had a friend, she used to walk around a lot of heat, so the tomato soap was good for her skin. The tomato, so we would make the tomato soap for her. Like for me, for me, I use a lot of the neem and the aloe soap. So it don't have a lot of ingredient. It's just the oils, the lye, the neem, and aloe. That's it, and water. So that's what I use. And after I watch him making the soap, and then we worked together and we made the soap, I start to make notes because I like to write. I like to write my vision down, and I begin to write. And I said I go into Invest TCI because that is a company here that they don't do loans, they give a grant. And for those of you who's listening, a grant is free money. It's like I talk like a TI now. A grant is free money. So while I was putting my plan together for the soap, I said, let me put in something else. And I add in the candles, and I add in the hand sanitizer. And even though the delay, because they take like 8 months before they approve the grant, but they give me the grant, and I was able to bring in the raw materials and make my soap, candles, and label it and bottle it. And for example, this is even lotion. I didn't put it on there, but this is lotion. So I label it. Yeah, so I label it and we bottle it and we distribute it out and we sell them. So, and that's been from 2019, and I'm still making soap because since 2019, I have never bought a soap since. So that's how come I know it works. It has good qualities and it's effective because my skin speaks for itself.
Yes. Now you mentioned medicated soap. What type of medicated soap do you make?
Good question.
There's a bush called neem bush. Neem is a medicine here. It's good for illnesses. It's good for all type of diseases.
Wow.
Yeah, neem. Yeah, neem.
NEE.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we have something called moringa, and turmeric as well. So these are the medicated soaps.
Nice,
Mhm.
nice. And you mentioned a soap calculator.
Yeah,
I've never heard of a soap calculator
before.
What does that do?
Okay, for the soap calculator.
$500,000 you have to pay for to get into Turks. Oh my word! That's what you must do. Oh my word!
You can do a work permit. I'll help you with a work permit.
I like her.
Yeah, but the soap calculator is like a spreadsheet, but then you will enter in it guides you to the right answers or measurements. So you can't go over or under. So you could say, okay, you could say you could put in like you want to make a turmeric soap, and then you will enter whatever you like. Say, for example, you enter in the oils, and then the soap will calculate, okay, you need this amount of oil, this amount of soap, this amount of turmeric. So that's what the calculator does. It will tell you the exact amount of stuff to put in the soap. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Very nice. Wow, I like that. We're learning so much today on Pathway to Success.
I am so excited. I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm we're just flowing through this interview. And I know you mentioned family earlier. Family seems to be a central pillar in your life. How do you balance your professional endeavors with your role as a devoted mother and grandmother? Because I can't see the grandmother part. I'm barely trying to understand the mother part. I mean, you're just so young and youthful.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. And the way this is what I in my career and with family oriented, I plan accordingly, because I have two elderly sons and I have a daughter-in-law. And because of how aggressive I am and how I like to see people with their own stuff, each of them has their own businesses. They are entrepreneurs. And I guide them. So they will have, So I give them their space. I'll give them their space. But even with me, if my workload is too much, I'll call them. Hey, I need help. Do this, fill this out, fill that out. To Kenya, my daughter, she's 14. Start copying. This is an example how to fill out this form. Start filling out this form. So when the work is too much, I'll have my children help me to do the work. But as it relates to the professional part of it, I always have like a schedule. The only way I don't go by my schedule, if they call me to pick up my grandson, because he's number one in my life. So I could be to the bank trying to make a deposit and they say, hey, can you please go pick him up? I didn't have time to go. I'll leave my banking and go pick up my grandson. But I'll say my children, my family, we're family oriented. We are open-minded. We have like some serious communication, serious discussions. Sometimes we discuss some things. They be like, Auntie Karen, you're so bold. Auntie Karen, you're so rude. But it's just the type of relationship we have. We are just open. We are so knitted. We may row today and then we love up on each other the next day. But I always have my priorities different from my work and my family.
I like that. As the founder of the Facebook group Free to Speak, CI, how do you use social media as a platform for driving positive change and inspiring others?
Repeat the question.
As a founder of the Facebook group Free to Speak, TCI, how do you use social media as a platform for driving positive change and inspiring others?
Let me start by saying how it was first created.
Right.
In 2016, Turks and Caicos, we didn't have anywhere to voice our opinion. And because of my passion for people, I decided that I wanted to create something, because even though I was doing it on a lower scale, I wanted to do it on a wider scale. And I began to study and research and make notes, and I spent like 2 weeks doing research on how to create a forum, because I was so passionate about this one voice for Turks and Caicos Islanders. And I created the page. And when I created the page, I started adding friends, and then you see other requests started coming in. And up to the day, we have like over 14,000 members in that group. And what I do, the rules are there before you become a member, but it helps in so many ways, because there are hundreds of people got help through this forum. There are open dialogues. Even if you don't feel like going church, there are church services that are posted in there. Like sometimes on Sunday, I will be going to like 3-4 churches, because I'm home laying in bed and I just hopping from church to church right there and free to speak. So and even like say if someone has an issue, and then the dialogue sometimes will get out of hand, and then you would have to like give a warning to the individual. You give a warning, this is not permitted. Sometimes we have to delete the comment, or sometimes we have to close off the commenting. Sometimes it get out of hand. But because of free to speak, there is more, which word can I use? It's more a one voice. I'll say it's just one voice for all Turks and Caicos Islanders.
So it's not like the Jerry Springer show, really. You're saying, because because he says sometimes. Wait. Is it like a Jerry Springer show?
Sometimes wait. Sometimes we have some Jerry Springer moments in there. Sometimes we just have some Jerry Springer moments in there. I cannot lie.
Or the Murray show, you're not the father. Oh my God, on Facebook. Oh my God. On Facebook. Oh my word. That's when we'd have to get Judge Tracy Boyd involved.
We do have some Jerry Springer moments in there sometimes, and that is, and then we would get lectured at, because okay, you move my comment, or you cut off the comment, because they still want to ear out their differences, But I thank God for instilling it in me to create that forum, because so much people got help, even and by inboxing, because some of them, they don't like to post, they will inbox, and you reach out and you try and you help them. And I'm not the kind of person, because I'm the founder, you wouldn't see a picture or, oh, I help this one, or I help. No, that's not my style. What I do it with pride, and I do it in confidence. So I am so happy that I created it and I follow through with it.
Well, congratulations. I also want to congratulate you for you to be church hopping. You were the best.
Church hopping and free to speak.
Church hopping. I really want to congratulate you to church hopping, but you can stay home and go to 5 different services. That's amazing. But.
Yes.
You pay offering in all 5
and
churches.
I want to give a shout out to. Can I give a shout out to Pastor Liban? I don't know if he's on the live or he will watch this after. Yes, he's a regular. He has had prayer meetings. He has had prayer meetings and all in there. I mean, I shout out to him. He always dropping his services Saturdays. He has had like prayer meetings and through the weeks on 12 o'clock through the day. And he's always with his live in there. So if you're in your bed and you're laying down and you just want to go to a Bible study at 12 o'clock, it's there. Mhm.
That's good. I mean, I want to shout out to
That's
Pastor
very-
Lightburn and the awesome job he's doing.
Pastor Edwin Liebon.
Edwin, is it Edwin?
Mhm.
Edwin Lightburn, for the great job he's doing in the
Yes.
ministering of
Yes.
souls.
Edwin Liebon. Yeah.
Edwin
Mhm.
Lightburn. But one thing I want to ask you,
Yes.
because I'm kind of curious, if you go to some church services, do you leave an offering in every church services? Because that's something I kind of really wanted to ask you. I really wanted to know.
Listen,
because-
by you saying that, because no, what I do, okay, to be honest, I only have
Oh, but you only have two churches now.
if I go in person, I do. No, I'm talking about the tithes. I give tithes to 2 churches. But if I
Right.
go in person, regardless wherever the church is or whoever, I always give something. Always, regardless of who church it is. But I always give something. But when it's online, I give to 2 churches because I have the account set up to my phone. So sometimes I be laying in bed and the Holy Spirit say, okay, sow a seed on this or sow for deliverance. And I just grab my phone and boom, I send it to the church. So that's how I operate. Yeah.
Well, don't worry.
The
We
Holy
have a
Spirit
new
leads
church.
and I follow.
We have a new church that we're gonna get you on your Facebook Live, and you'll have to do that.
And that'll be church number 6. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Because between church hopping and being the mediator for Jerry Springer, what social issues are you particularly passionate about? You're raising awareness because and I shouldn't even ask how do you get your community in these discussions because I can see it now.
Right.
Wow.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
There goes the medicated
There is.
lipstick. There it goes.
It's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here.
Well, we got to get on our social page
Yes.
and to take it up at another
We
level.
might have to, have to be mediators in between
In
for
between.
the Jerry Springer. So now, what social issues are you particularly passionate about raising awareness for, and how do you engage your community in these discussions?
Constantly posting and writing about the gun violence, the legal sloops, true representation. Constantly, I haven't just started. This is something I've been doing all my life. Any issue that arises, I will speak out about it. And then if someone comment, I just keep on. If I post something on my personal page, I keep the dialogue going. I'm not the kind where you come and you comment or you love up on a picture or a post and I don't reply. I believe in, interacting with you. So those are some of my passions, and those are some of the things that I want to see addressed in Turks and Caicos, and I continuously speak about it.
No, your grandson affectionately
Close
calls
the
you.
door. Sorry.
Your grandson, I guess that she's talking about on her social media page there. She's telling them to close that door. But your grandson affectionately calls you.
Yeah.
He-Man. At first, I thought it was He-Man. That show. What was the name of that show that comes on? The Adventure. What? The what? No, I thought it was He-Man until I saw the R and I said, "Oh no, it's He-Mar." Can you share the significance behind this name and what it means to you as a grandmother?
He-Ma, that was never the name I wanted to be called. I always wanted to be called Grandma because I don't want to be called Nana and Grammy. I don't want those petty names. I want the real name. Call me Grandma. So when my son used to bring him here to spend time with me, He just will sleep on my chest for hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, nonstop. He just will sleep. If you lay him in the bed, he start crying. So you had to put him on your chest. And after he began to speak, we started to teach him the word grandma, auntie, uncle. And then he used to say grandma. And then sometimes he will say mommy. And I like, no, I'm not your mommy. I am grandma. And one day he walked through the door happy and jumping up. And he like, hey, ma. And I was like, I like this name. I like this. So I feel like it was something. I felt like it was a connection, you know.
Right.
So I didn't correct him. I felt the connection. I say, he must know I am. He must know he's the only one I have. So this must be something personal. So I'm stuck with the name Hema, and now the children will say, "Go to Hema, Hema," and that's all you're like, Hema. He's excited about this Hema. So I feel like it's something personal, and I feel it as well. So I don't want to be called grandmommy anymore. I want to be called Hema.
Well, I can't blame you on that part. You know, as being a social media activist and with Facebook and entrepreneurship, we can clearly see that your dedication to unity is an empowerment and non-discrimination. When I was reading through your bio, it was, you know, very interesting. Your dedication to unity and empowerment and non-discrimination is commendable. How do you ensure that these values are reflected in your online presence and interactions?
I would have to say, first and foremost, I truly believe in freedom of speech. I allow everyone to speak freely, comment freely, regardless of the situation. And like if they go out contrary to or say disrespectful, like I said before, they do get warnings about it. And if they don't listen, we do delete the comment, you know, and I said that before, but I am always there. So if I'm not there in the day, in the night, I will spend time on my phone going through social media and interacting with those who have commented or who have posts. And so I'm always there and always, you know, speaking positive. Or I don't believe in negativity, because even in my house, my children can't call each other. You know, like some children were like, you crazy. My children cannot say that in here. That, or you stupid. They cannot use those words in here because negativity is a no-no in this house. So then that's the same way I handle social media. Is negativity is a no-no for me.
That's great. That's powerful. Very powerful. I love that positive trait.
Yeah.
Looking back at your journey so far, what advice do you give to aspiring entrepreneurs and activists who aim to make a positive impact in their communities?
I would have to say, write for those of you who want to be business owners, write your plans down. Write your ideas down. A passion that even if it's not a passion, still write it down. Write your passion down. Follow through with it. Don't give up. Just follow through with it. And don't forget to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself and celebrate your wins. Whether it's a small win or a big win, celebrate your win. And that's for those of you, for the entrepreneurs and for the those who want to be social media activists or want to speak out against certain things and you're afraid. And being in social media, you must have a broad back. My parent would say you must have a broad back. A broad back means tough. So if they say something negative or, you know, it doesn't bother you. It doesn't bother you. If they say something negative, it doesn't bother you. So I would say to those who want to be social media activists, be bold about it. Speak out, because you never know if what you say, if it's helping someone. So speak out. Speak out about whatever it is. And I believe there's a saying that I believe, and there's a song that I always believe. And the song is, if you could help somebody in your life, your living will not be in vain. It's a song, and I was going to sing it, but I don't want the people here make my bed singing. But if you could help somebody in your lifespan, your living will not be in vain. So speak out about certain things. It may help someone. It may bless someone. And that's what I have to say to those who want to be, not what they call it, social media activists.
Mm-hmm. And with that, what are your hopes and aspirations for your future, and both personally and professionally?
Personally, I would say to remain healthy and to continue strive for excellence. That's all I want. Oh, and to live a long life and happy days. That's personally. And professionally, this is so deep, but professionally, I hope one day to, on another level, on a higher level, to motivate and inspire and empower our Turks and Caicos Islanders. I am one who believes in Turks and Caicos Islanders first, and I make no apology for it. And I believe in, I'm just tired of the talk. And I believe that I believe in one day that I would make some positive change within the Turks and Caicos Island, not only for now, but for our future generation. That is my professional goal.
Wow. What an inspiration you have been. Great interview.
This has been wonderful.
Great, yeah.
Very enlightening.
We enjoyed interviewing you, and I want to thank you for taking time out to share your amazing
did too.
story, even the amazing revelation of $500,000 to get a residency there.
Unless you get married.
Unless you get married. Okay.
You can get a work permit. You could get a work permit. It's cheaper.
It's cheaper. It's going down. It's going down.
I'm loving this.
To come and work with your social media organization.
Repeat.
To come and work with your social media organization. I was saying, can I get a work permit to come and work with your social media organization?
Of course, I will do a license. I will do a license just for that. I will do a license called Free to Speak TCI and put you under it.
Let's talk.
And how long does that
It could work.
take?
It could work.
How long that takes?
A work permit? A work permit?
Yes.
Well, if I be honest, they're gonna be mad with me, so I can't tell you how long this take with work permits. But they take a long time.
Wow. My word.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous here.
Wow. We want to thank you so much for bringing such such a great inspiration of your life.
Yes.
To a pathway to success.
Sure.
Great personality.
Yes.
Beautiful, sweet person.
Yes.
And one who's winning big.
Thank you.
And you really made this program today. Everybody who's been watching you have really tremendously enjoyed.
Yes.
All my viewers, I love y'all. I love y'all. Love y'all. Y'all know I mean that.
And don't get off yet. We want to talk to you off the air when we get off the show on Pathway to Success. But in closing, what's night for the week for our viewers out there?
Wow. To keep the hope alive and then continue with positive affirmations daily, understanding who you are, what you are, and where you're going. That would be the thought for this day from Pathway to Success.
Well, I love that. Have a great week. You're a winner.
Bye.